Welcome back to Apex Alchemy. Last night, in the video that's directly correlated with this video, which is the paramilitary 2 sharpening, and the Rockwell tests and all that stuff, I got contacted by the young lady that sharpened that knife, and she promised that a belt hadn't touched it. She felt insulted, and I understand. That was not my intention. It wasn't to slander her. I didn't mention her name. Also, I use terminology like I think, maybe, stuff like that, because I don't know. The only person that knows what happened with the sharpener with that knife is her, and I believe her because I don't have any reason not to believe her. We didn't further discuss it. I should have went to her and talked to her about that situation before I made my assumptions. That's what I should apologize about. So it's and let me be frank. Let me be very clear. That PM2 is a budget knife. I skip over it quite a bit. It's not my style. It was at one point. I appreciate the hell out of the gift. It was a gift. Spyderco would replace the blade if I let them. I don't want the blade replaced. I want the knife in the original condition that I received it in. It was a gift. I'm stupid like that. I don't want a better blade. I don't want them to. I don't want them to have to out of pocket a bunch of money, or any kind of money, to replace the knife in which I'm probably not going to carry. But to the young lady, and I'm not going to mention her name again, I do apologize that you took that as a personal threat, or not a threat, but a personal attack, or whatever. I went back and watched the video. At her request, she's like, go back and watch the video. Like you said, I used a belt on it. And I was like, my terminology didn't say she used a belt on it, but she's not incorrect. Like I was making some heavy assumptions that a belt was being used on it, just by what I'm seeing on my knives whenever I run them across a belt. Not necessarily the edge, we just get belt chatter. It's just something that happens, man. Like if you're using a platen and you got a belt there, and if too much tension is applied, or not enough tension is, not enough pressure is applied, then sometimes there's a little bit of belt chatter, and it's not a big deal. And maybe that's not what it is. Maybe that's not what it is that I'm saying. Maybe it's just got a weird scratch pattern that may have looked like a belt chatter to me. So anyway, this video should not be long. I'm not taking back anything that I've said about the knife being junk or anything like that. It is, but that's okay. Like, I don't care. Just like the premise is I'm going to Rockwell test every knife in my collection, and I'm going to Rockwell test every knife that comes through. Right now, man, I am just putting out videos so you have them. You know what I mean? So you have the Rockwell number to do whatever you want to with. It doesn't matter to me whether you decide it's a good number or whether you decide it's a bad number. There's been several knives that I have had excellent luck with that people are saying that's soft for M390. You're probably right, but it hasn't affected the performance of the knife for me. You know what I mean? Like, or how could you have a problem with 59 on S90V where that's exactly where it's supposed to be, but you don't have a problem with 59 on M390 when it should be at 62? And dude, this is not an attack on Spyderco. I judge a knife on the performance. That's it. That knife has performed like junk. If you want to get it, if you want to borrow the knife, and you want to use it, you want to sharpen it, put your own edge on there, and prove me wrong, do it. For me, it's not working. And there's different steels that are designed for different purposes too. Like when we talked about the K390 the other day, that's a boring tool steel. That steel is designed to bore through the earth. It's designed to come into contact with rocks, and make big holes in the earth where Teslas can drive through them. Or I guess in a perfect world, if you like electric cars, where vehicles can drive through the earth. A tunnel, boring tunnels through the earth. That's what K390 was designed for. It wasn't designed to be a knife steel. So it excels at the stuff that it was designed for, naturally. but it just happens to make a hell of a blade too. I'm not disputing that. K39 is an excellent blade still, right? What I cut is shrink wrap. You know, for all I know, and I'm not making a bold statement here, you know, for all I know, M390 was designed to cut plastics. Different abrasives, different compositions in the alloy. You know, it's weird what will dull some blades, regardless of the Rockwell, regardless of the geometry. You know, just talking about the types of metal, some abrasives will dull different blade types worse than others. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of S90V in the collection to compare it to, so I can't just like, you know, that's what I need to do is like just pick up some other type of S90V, and I mean some other knife, you know, in S90V, maybe even another Spyderco, and get it uncoated and work with it for about 6 weeks and see if it'll do it. Because, like, you know, as far as I know, plastic is a horrible abrasive for S90V. So, you know, like, I don't care that the knife is in, you know, it's in the condition that it's in. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I want that to be known. You know, like, I don't hold any hate towards Spyderco, the person that sharpened it, me for maybe using it wrong on the wrong task. You know, like, it's just a knife. It's just a knife, man. You know, it's just a knife. And, you know, like, when she thought that I felt like, when she thought that I felt like she did me dirty, you know, because that's the way she thought I felt, is that she did me dirty. You know, she thought maybe I should have, you know, like, come to her with it, but I didn't really feel like she did me dirty. I just felt like, hey, I've had 30 knives sharpened by this girl, probably something like that. This woman, 30 knives sharpened by her, and this is the only complaint I got. 1 out of 29 ain't bad, man. You know, like every other knife that I've ever had sharpened by her, it's been excellent. So, like, more than likely she's right. You know, I mean, more than likely she's telling the truth. It's never touched a belt. I just don't like. To me, when I say I'm taking stabs at it, I'm taking stabs at it. You know, like, I'm not trying to post the blame on anybody. And I'm sorry again to the sharpener for it coming across like that to you. You know, and maybe it come across like that to some of the other people that watch that video too. And I apologize for that as well. At the end of the day, I ain't mad at nobody. We're gonna Rockwell test every knife in my collection. Those videos are gonna be coming out at 3 p.m. every single day until I run out of knives, and I've got knives coming in. So I would assume I'm at least gonna have a half a year worth of knives that I can that are gonna be coming out every day at 3 p.m. By the time it's all said and done. That's probably just between me and my brother and a couple of friends of mine that are local, and that's not even counting what you guys are sending in. So, from the bottom of my heart, I did not, in any kind of way, form, fashion, mean to for that to be insinuated or taken as a personal attack. Like, you know, I don't have any hate for you at all, and I do not have any hate for the sharpener at all. She's done me very well over the years, or the short time that we've done business together. You know, like maybe a year or whatever, but no hate for her whatsoever. I didn't want her to lose any business over it. You know, I don't care how she sharpens a knife. At the end of the day, they got diamond belts. If you've got a VFD, you know, they sell diamond belts with diamond abrasives for a 2x72 grinder. I want to pick up some. They're about $100 a piece. So they're, you know, like, they probably won't last as long as those stones, but if you have a system in place, like, what you can do is, like, you can turn that speed down on that grinder. You ain't got to worry about any heat transfer. Like, I mean, not very minimal, because, like, you can get that belt so slow that it's no faster than you pushing the knife across the stone. You just don't have to come back and forth. All you got to do is hold it at an angle, and you'll still get like a 15 micron, 5 micron, 1 micron, 10,000 grit, diamond, resin bonded, you know, on a belt. So, like, I didn't know she didn't have that. You know, I didn't, you know, and I'm not trying to beat anybody up. So that's it, man. That's the end of this video. It is 10 minutes long. I'm sorry, that wasn't intentional either. just wanted to make it clear, man. Just wanted to get it out there that I'm not mad at anybody. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you on the flip side.